Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer, and today I'm Gamesplaining Oriflamme Ablaze. Now, I may be incorrect on the pronunciation of that. Please forgive if you know how to pronounce the name of this one and I got it wrong, then please forgive me, because the reality is you're just getting pieces of cardboard with a name on it, a word on it that you've never seen before, and you work out how to say it. This game plays from 3 to 5 players. It is relatively straightforward. It is a next version of Oriflamme. I don't have the original, but there are rules in there for how to combine the two games together if you do have the original and you wish to do that. I don't know the original, I've never played the original, so I can't actually make comment on how different or similar it is. I have only made one other video with this because I found that in the explanation I was actually playing it, so there's no point in having another play of it to say what it's already been done. So there is only one other video on this one, just like I've done previously with other smaller games. And this is a smaller game. The whole idea is you have 10 cards total, 3 of them are removed from your hand, and you don't know which 3, they're just random 3, so everyone has slightly different things in their hand. You can't look at your hand and go, ah, a queen. I have a queen, therefore everyone else has a queen. Yes, the 10 cards are identical, but the 3 that are taken out will be different for everyone. So I had a game the other day where everyone was lacking the queen and the prince for some reason. And it just happened that way that everyone kind of pulled out the same ones. And that's absolutely fine. But it gave a vastly different game than if those cards were involved. So each card does something different, but what you're doing is you're placing the cards face down in a row. You can place at the beginning or the end of the row, and once there's a few cards there, you're allowed to put one of your cards on top of another one of your cards, and that in essence protects the other card. Then you go along the row from beginning to end, so you've added on either end. It doesn't matter which end you add on, and there might be a reason for you going at the front or the back, but you then go from the front, choosing, the person who placed the card chooses whether to flip that card over or just add a point to the back of it. If there's a whole bunch of points on there and you flip the card over, you get all those points. So that might be one of the reasons for leaving a card face down. Another reason for leaving a card face down is it's an important card, or it's a card that really requires to have something else next to it before you flip it over so that you can attack the thing next to it, for example. There's a lot of thought and to and fro. I've gone through what each card means and what each card does at the end of the other video. But in essence, the first game, and I think this is one of those games that requires you to have a number of plays in a row to really understand what's going on with the cards. The first play is a little bit clunky and like, I do this, I think, just because. But I think once you understand how the cards manipulate each other and how the cards speak to each other, it works really well. But unfortunately, I think it's one of those games that requires you to play it a few times. Fortunately, on that, it doesn't play too long. The box states that the actual game itself is a 20-minute game. I think that's probably fairly accurate, depending on how quickly everyone's moving and doing their things and thinking. But the first game, obviously, you'll take a little bit of time to read the cards and kind of understand what's happening with the cards. If you place a card down that attacks a card next to it, bear in mind that if you only have a choice of your card next to it, that card will attack the card next to it. So if you've placed a card down and it's attacked its way through and kind of deleted other cards and is only sitting next to cards of your own, then it might be worthwhile placing another one of your cards over the top of that one so that it stops attacking. Just a thought, this is another way to play. There's a lot of little things that can go on. In essence, if a card attacks and deletes another card, then you get a point for that. And whoever has the most points at the end of the game wins. That's realistically the straightforward of it. So finding ways to gain multiple points is a really worthwhile thing to do. The queen, I think, gives you 2 points for every round that queen is on the board. So getting her out early, but then protecting her, of course, she's probably the most valuable card on the table. Protecting her from other people being able to actually get in and destroy her is actually a really important thing to then do and be really aware of what's going on whenever you play that. And the prince, similarly, is worth protecting. there's a lot of stuff going on with each card, and I think this is one of those games where you kind of have to play it to understand it. You have to sit and read the card and understand what the card does, then move to the next one. So you'll find on the first play of this, you will take a while, or first game for anyone who is new at the table, it will take a while with them thinking about what's this do, what can I do with this, what's the best usage of this. But as I say, with multiple plays, you'll find that the game works, and it kind of just flows really, really nicely. So look, that's all I have to say about this game. I'll leave it there. Please go ahead and watch my Gamesplay/Gamesplanation to get a feel for how the game actually plays and what I'm talking about. If you have any comments or suggestions, please write them below. If you have any games that you would like to be gamesplained, please shoot me an email to thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter @thegamesplainer to keep up to date with the games I'm playing. Subscribe to my videos to keep up to date with the games that I'm gamesplaining. And until next time, enjoy gaming.